Hello everyone, it's Angie here at Beads and Plenty More. Today I thought I'd show you how to do this little fringe earring here, done with some chain and some seed beads and so on. So I've got one partly set up here in pieces. So I've got the shepherd hook at the top, but you could certainly use a ear post as well. I've got a 6mm fire polish bead. I've got 2 eye pins here, 5 head pins. Now I'm using the fine gauge wire. This is about a 24 gauge wire, but I am using head pins because I want the flat bottoms on them. And then I've got 2 pieces, well 3 pieces because you count the middle one too, that are 7 links of chain, 2 pieces that are 5 links of chain, and 2 pieces that are 3 links of chain. So let's get started here. So I've already assembled a couple of these here, and I've got one here that I've got the beads on, and then I've got one that I'm going to add the beads on. So what I've pulled here is I've got 2mm crystals, so these are crystal rondelles. I've got size 10 seed beads, so I'm adding 3 of those, and I've got a size 2 bugle, and then 2 more of the size 10 seed beads. Now this pattern could be anything, and certainly change it up and play around with it a bit. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold them so that I've got a 90-degree bend in them, right just above the beads here. And these wires are soft enough that you can actually do them just with your fingers. And then I'm going to cut them. So I'd already done a few here, but one suggestion I do have if you're not real familiar with lengths and stuff is to cut them all the same length. So cut them all at the same time. So you need just under 1 centimeter. So we'll get those cut. And as I said, you can match one to the next one if you need to. And then I'm going to use my round nose pliers here to simply bring it around to a loop. So I'm starting right at the end of the wire. Now I've got my 90-degree bend in the wire, and the reason I did that is because I want to bring the loop back around on top, and by bending it one way and then bringing the loop back, I will end up with the loop centered. So I'm going to come part way around, and as you can see I'm too far down on the pliers, I'm not going to get that to close. So I'm just going to bring it the rest of the way, get a nice round loop, and then I'll worry about attaching the chain in. I find if you try and attach the chain in at the same time, you get kind of wonky loops. You don't get nice round loops. So do it in 2 steps. So here we are. And I can just come into the loop, close it up. And same thing with the last one here. So one tip I have for you is to be too far down on the pliers, because you can always make a large loop smaller. But if you're right at the tips of the pliers, it's really hard to make that little loop bigger. So as you can see, I'm just sliding towards the tips of the pliers to just get that to close. And then I'll just attach my little chain on. If I can find the last link there. There we go. Come in and close it up. So now it's about assembling the rest of this. So I'm going to thread through this link first, and then through this one. I'm going to add one of the 2mm crystals. You could use a size 8 seed bead there too. That would work just as well. So I'm just alternating between the chain links and the crystals. I thought I'd goof the order up there. I was just checking. Okay, and then I'll add the chain link on the other end. And then we're going to do the same thing. We're going to fold it over and cut it to length. And then with the round nose pliers, I just come in and bend it back around to make my loop. Now I like my loops to sit the same direction, so I can just take my fingers and bend that a little bit because it was a little bit off. Okay, so now we just need to do the piece going up. So I can just open this link and hook to those two ends. So it looks like it's hanging right. So I'll just close this one up. Then I'll put my fire polish bead on. And we're going to do the same thing. We're going to fold it over. Trim it to length. And just bring the loop back around. So I'll just make some room to attach that. And there's my other earring. So I hope you enjoyed that and have a good day.